when the girls were younger, 11, 12 years old, 13, 4, I don't know, something like that, we took a trip to Newport, Oregon. Now, if you want to know something about Newport, Oregon, ask Tyler and Nancy. They've got connections with it. I think they honeymooned there, if I remember right. Anyway, on one of the side streets, the Ripley's Believe It or Not people had a building and had a attraction there. And so Megan saw that. And for days, Megan begged us to go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not thing. And we kept saying, no, it's a tourist trap. It's boring. It'll be stupid. But we ended up going because she just kept insisting. And it was fun. It was weird. And it was odd, and it was full of stuff that you would never imagine, but because it was weird and odd, it was interesting. If that principle holds true when we come to reading the Bible, then this week's lesson is going to be really good, because the incident that happens in Mark chapter 5 is weird, and it's odd, and it's really kind of confusing, but again, I think it makes it really interesting. In fact, not only does it make it interesting, but it teaches us a couple of really good lessons that we need to hear. And not only does it teach us a couple of really good specific lessons, but I think it reminds us that following Jesus doesn't look like we think it's going to look. We sort of have a picture of what it means to be a disciple, a follower of Christ, and as the disciples are learning throughout the book of Mark, it looks nothing like they expected. Nothing like you probably expect, maybe not even like what you're living right now. So what does it look like to follow Christ? What is the big lesson that we're supposed to learn from Mark chapter 5 that's really going to help us live the next week as better followers of Christ? You're going to have to come on Sunday and find out. The sermon is called, You Are Here. In our Bible study at 10 o'clock, we are in 2 Kings chapters 22 and 23. 2 Kings 22 and 23 is the story of King Josiah. Josiah is a good king, one of only about 2 good kings in the southern kingdom. He follows God, he does what is right, he cares about the right things, and during his reign they find the book of the law. They had forgotten what God had told them to do. They had forgotten the book that wrote down the things that he wanted, and they had gone a long way off from where he wanted them to be. But when they find this book, the king starts a renewal process. The king calls the people back to God, and it's really a beautiful thing. We can learn a lot from 2 Kings chapters 22 and 23, and that's what we're going to do this week. The Bible study is called One Godly Person Can Make a Huge Difference. That'll sort of tell you what direction we're going there. Remember that I sent out this week, I sent out an email talking about the Great Lakes Christian College chorus. Lots of people have responded to that. If you haven't responded yet to say whether you'd like to be part of that or not, hosting kids in your home, providing food, all that sort of thing, get back to me. I'll put a note about that in the notes that go out with this video, and then we'll update that on Sunday as well. We are having lunch on Sunday, so again, bring enough for your family and one more family so that we can share that together. Once again, as with most weeks, it takes me a while to get there sometimes. It's kind of a fight to figure out what we're going to do. But again, I'm excited about the lessons this week. They've been helpful to me. I'm sure they'll be helpful to you. Hope we can see you there. Bring a friend. That'd be a good thing to do too.